Insurance companies will be required to cover, at no extra charge, routine checkups and preventive care. That makes sense. It saves money. It saves lives.
Well, that was then, but now the costs are still up. Former White House health advisor Ezekiel Emanuel is prescribing Americans kind of, well, ditch those annual checkups. You don't need them every year. Dr. Nancy Simpkins says this face-saving plan may cut costs, but it could come at a huge cost to lives. So, doctor, something changed. I do distinctly remember that this was part of the whole preventive thing.
That was the purpose of the Affordable Care Act, was to be able to provide yearly physicals for people who weren't covered to have them before. So now all of a sudden, after the 1,700 pages, we're backtracking. We're no longer saying that you need them, the same people who wrote the policy. So let's take it from a point of view of saving lives. Are annual physicals important to save lives? Well, Zeke Emanuel's piece that he put out this week says the morbidity and mortality rates don't change whether you do an annual physical or you don't. I say we save quality of life. I say you would rather know that you have elevated blood pressure before you have a stroke. You would rather know that you have diabetes before we cut your foot off. So how can you say that an annual physical and a doctor-patient relationship and the importance of giving your history and the changes and your medications and the other tests that you need are not important? Makes no sense, especially in the underserved areas that the Affordable Care Act was supposed to be serving.
Well, maybe what he's saying, I'm trying to get the benefit of the doubt here, you're the doctor, but what he's saying is not everyone needs a physical every year. You say quite the opposite. Everyone should be on top of that.
So what he's saying is we should do a piecemeal. So if you're a young woman, you should have a pap smear. If you're an older man, maybe you should have a prostate exam. If you're about 55, you should have a colonoscopy. So I say to you, this is not a bakery where you take a number. There has to be a person who knows you from head to toe. There has to be a doctor-patient relationship where you say, you know, in the last 3 months when I climb a flight of stairs, I'm starting to feel short of breath. When is that supposed to come in? So it's all about the relationship.
Do you think he's putting the onus on the patient and not the system to automatically baby the patient?
Well, I think that the onus has to be on both parties.
Right.
And he's saying now, you don't need this. Look at the numbers. It's not all about numbers.
How many times, when you do physicals, what percentage of them raise issues or problems?
A large percentage of them, a large percentage, not just in the physical, not just with stethoscope on chest, with you telling me how things have changed in the last year of your life. So you're telling me I'm more tired at 4 o'clock. When I eat food, I get lightheaded. When I climb a flight of stairs,
Why
this
would
happens.
I be more tired when my show starts? Go ahead, I understand
You get
exactly what you're saying.
You get it. So if I didn't have you come in once a year, you would just say to me, oh, it's all right. I don't care if I'm carrying.
I'm beginning to think, doctor, that relationship isn't important to these people.
Well, I'm beginning to think also when we had the Consumer Electronics Show that says you can just download all your data, you don't need a doctor. Now the Affordable Care Act is saying you don't need to pay to go and have an annual physical.
Yeah, there's an app for that.
That's right.
There's an app for you.
So guess what? I'll just be now in your iPhone. But guess what? It's all about the doctor-patient relationship. It's about us knowing you.
And
don't
cutting
you want
costs
us
now.
to know you?
On their side, it's about cutting costs
It's all
now.
about costs. It's all about costs. But at what price do we cut costs? You know,
Yeah.
Save a life, you save the world. That's my motto.
Not bad for a doctor. All right. Very good seeing you. Thank you.
Nice to see you.